YouTube. It is amazing to be here with you guys again. Me and Peter are here, and we are having a coffee with Betty Ann Ellis. Betty Ann is one of the people that is helping our global online speed networking task force at the moment. And she so nicely volunteered her time to give us some golden networking nuggets for you guys. So this is going to be about a 10-minute message, and we'll just be here and we'll soak up all the knowledge that Betty Ann Ellis has for us. Betty Ann, it is so amazing to have you here. Thank you so much for being here.
Okay, thank you. Oh, you're welcome. And thank you very much, Nastine and Peter, for having me.
Awesome. So Betty Ann, I know today you have a very, very special topic planned for us. Do you want to tell me what you're going to be talking about with us?
Yes, thank you, Nastine. Actually, what I wanted to address was, I think everybody, it's almost passe now because it was actually the conversion that all of us went through that was socially and also in business when we found a year and a half ago that in-person interactions were not going to be something that we could do. There were so many different things that happened. So I wanted to talk about how we moved from in-person interactions with people that we were so used to the online platform, share a little bit about what I went through and how many people were able to identify with that and how it's led us into today, a year and a half later, where the new normal is sort of in place and what's about to come next. That's what I really wanted to talk about, if that's okay.
I love that. I love that topic so much. You know what? Because it is so relevant right now. We've helped a lot of entrepreneurs ever since COVID hit to actually do that pivot and take their businesses online. And I know it hasn't been easy. So please, if you can take us away and tell us everything that you've got for us, because I think it's a very, very, very important topic.
Definitely.
Okay, well, I think that everybody understands that before a year and a half ago, I don't like to give it all that attention, but we did do everything face to face. And but when the threat of the virus came in, all of a sudden we had to keep 6 feet away from each person. We had to wear masks. We ran into things of like quarantines, lockdowns, restrictions, travel became, and borders got closed. So many things that maybe some countries had experienced lockdowns and curfews before, but now the entire world was faced with these things, and that affected us a lot socially, and it affected us in business. But what I wanted to talk about really was how we adapted, because we're an adaptable species, and we managed to not only go through the process and shifting everything online. Socially, we shifted things to Facebook and TikTok, and things like that. But business-wise, we went into LinkedIn. It became more prominent. We used that, and then we went into Zoom. We started working from home and doing things like that. So we did adapt, and that's the kind of thing that I wanted to look at, the bright sides of what came out of that. But I also wanted to share with you that there was a process that happened, and I went through it, and I know a lot of people went through it as well, but they didn't really talk about it until after they had experienced it. So for me, I remember that my business had already been online. We know that the global economy was changing. A lot of brick and mortar stores were moving to click and order. So a lot of people were already moving to online. But for me, in my business, I like to work with people face to face. I like that interaction. I like that. I felt it was like a niche market where it was personal when you sat with someone. And so I kind of thought like Zoom meetings, which some people were starting to adapt to or use, I kind of found it was cheating. I didn't really, and that the person should actually be sitting with someone. And of course, when all of a sudden we went to online, more than the fact that I really wasn't fond of these online meetings, I got scared. I thought, can I even do it? I didn't think I would be able to do it. I didn't think that I could get up on screen in front of people. And I went through all the things that I think a lot of people did. So what I did is I had this little inner voice. And my inner voice, I never knew I had one. It used to always be so positive that I didn't think I had one, but my negative voice started coming up. Self-doubt lack of confidence, being confused about how to use Zoom. They say you confuse people do nothing. So I really literally sunk into a paralysis and even a form of a depression. Because I wasn't able to really do my business. The idea of not being able to travel, having to watch things on TV, even understanding at one point, I remember feeling extremely overwhelmed because as I started to use Zoom, I noticed that time, it didn't take time to go to meetings anymore. There was no space. I could be 1 minute in one country and another minute in another country, and it was all a bit overwhelming. So I had to really kick myself out of it. And what I wanted to share with you is that the way I did it is I remembered what business was about. I remembered the compassionate idea of what business was, what it meant to interact with people, give them value through what it is that you enjoyed, whatever your business might be. And then I remembered that the challenges that business can give you and the personal growth that comes out of having to confront these different things. And just so slowly but surely, I started to go back to my training and start to find these positive little silver linings of what they were. And I managed to rise out of the depression. I managed to start getting back to work. And so I know that a lot of people went through that as well for everybody. And I guess what I wanted to share with people, because of hearing so many people that didn't get out of it, that have started to come out of it now that we've come out of it and things are starting to open up again, we can look at some of the advantages that happened out of having to go online. Okay, in business, we found that people were actually able to expand their reach. Okay, I learned that you can actually, even on a computer screen, now virtually you're in front of each other, but in a way, there's something even more personable being like that. I'm in my home right now. I'm sitting with Peter and Nastine, and yet I feel like they're right here with me in my home office. The gallery views that came up with the Zoom, you've got all these people sitting there. I don't know if you guys know Hollywood Squares, but all these different people sitting beside each other. To me, it started to be a little bit like having one big or large office building or a corporate office, and each of us having our little office that we can go into and discuss things privately. So this virtual thing, imagine that Nastine and Peter aren't here, but here we are right together with each other. Now, on top of that, now all this time and space that overwhelmed me before, I got used to it. Again, we're adaptable. And so now what's happened is business can not be dependent on the venues or the in-person, but now you can reach outside of your town, outside of your community, outside of your state, your country, into other continents. Now it's opened up this entire network of people that you can interact with, do business with, do exchanges with, do referrals with. And I guess that I'm just talking, I'm not letting you guys ask me questions really, but I think one of the things that I wanted to talk about was exactly that, and how that we, with this extended reach, now can acquire customers and clients that we've never even thought of getting before. And we can expand our businesses. Our businesses can have to be, or we want our businesses to be something that everybody can benefit from all over the world, because we're all the same essentially. And one of the ways that I saw him doing that was in online networking. So I started investigating that. And actually that is how I came to meet Peter and Nastine, was through a networking event that I was looking to expand my business. Now that I could, I became more familiar with being online, and I got to meet them. And of course, that's been an extreme pleasure. And it's been actually a new business venture for me. And I guess I'll give it back to you guys to talk about that part. Okay.
So first of all, it's been an absolute pleasure to meet you, Betty Ann. And I'm so happy that you actually conquered that fear and got into the space of online networking. I totally agree with everything that you've been saying. especially about the advantages of being able to now expand your global reach and reach beyond the town that you're living in, beyond the country that you're living in. Like you can have global clients all over the world.
Yeah, I actually think that we underestimate the amount of people that have actually battled with the same fear. I mean, I know we spoke about it earlier. I battled with the same fear. Betty Ann battled with the same fear. Christine was just always a natural. I think we underestimate how many people that are actually out there that are battling to do this based on that fear.
Yeah. But that is why we're so ecstatic that we met you and that you're here right now and that you're talking about, the importance of conquering that fear and getting into a networking space and actually taking those steps to grow your business. And that's also what is really, really, really amazing about the work that you're doing with the Global Online Speed Networking Task Force. So I was wondering if you perhaps want to tell us a little bit more about the work that you're actually doing there and why it's so close to your heart.
Okay, well, I think that one of the advantages that I found is that with this new way of working with people all over the world, it's expanded my consciousness about all the different clients and customers that are out there. It's really, really giving me the ability to meet and greet people. And this is a thing about the networking, the speed networking event that I first came across with the ProTech, with Explore Tech ProTech, is that there was a little bit different about it. There was the idea that we would go into a room and there were so many people sitting there that I could meet. And then there were breakout rooms. And in those breakout rooms, there was a way to sit there and interact with people on a deeper level. For my business, I've found that it's raised my business ability up much higher, because now I have sat and got to learn about people a little bit more. You learn to listen a little bit more about what other people are doing. And you get so many different peoples out there in different cultures and different perspectives. And so it's raised my value, because now I've learned to develop an instinct about the people that I meet. And that was the thing with Explore ProTech, is that the rooms that we went into did more than just the business networking. What it did is it brought out the person behind the business. It brought out my understanding of who this person was. It brought out a lot more of the similarities, like the fears that Peter's talking about that we all feel, and the nervousness of being with someone. So it breaks down those barriers, but it also makes us see how each other are. And what I really liked about the breakout rooms and the questions that were asked is it did that. It made me understand the person beside the business. And now that's made my business and my ability to do business that much better. You know, if you know your client and you know your customer, then you know how you can give value to them with whatever. And we all love our own businesses, don't we? So if we can now share that thing that we care about and identify that there you are, Nastine, I can help you, I can give you a business value, and I know other people, because look, in a networking event, you meet one person, but one person represents everybody that they know. It's not just one person you're seeing, you're growing, and then you get to see all these different people and they know other people. So that's another referral process that you can grow your business with as well. So that's I'll tell you, I think it's great. I think it's fantastic, and they're fun. The CV networking is fun when you get to meet people. It's a relaxed space. It's not nerve-wracking like getting up like this and talking directly with people. It's actually very candid, and I don't have that fear. It's a safe space, and it's even more safe space when you're with people that are actually looking for good relationships, looking for people they want to do business with. Owning your business means you get to choose a little bit of the people you do business with, and this is sort of just perfect for that.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much for sharing your experience, Betty Ann. And again, just like thank you from all of us at Explore ProTech and from the whole task force and from the whole tribe.
Yeah, you've been absolutely amazing.
For all the good work that you're doing with everyone that's working on the Global Online Speed Networking Task Force at the moment. We really appreciate you, and we appreciate the time that you've given us today and the golden networking nuggets that you've laid out for us. Thank you for sharing your story, and we'll be seeing you back here again next week, right? Guys, we're still trying to convince her.
All right. Well, thank you. Looking forward to meeting everybody and all future business contacts in the future.
And for
Thanks,
those-
guys. Really
and
appreciate it.
Betty Ann, it's been an absolute pleasure. Working with you has been fantastic. And for those of you that are out there that are actually looking for a safe space, that you actually want to conquer your fears or get involved, the link to the event will be in the description below. Check it out, take a look, book a ticket, have a conversation. You know, if fear is something that you need to conquer, and you know that both myself and Betty Ann have been through that fear, reach out, have a conversation. We're all professionals, we're all on LinkedIn. Sometimes we're unprofessional, so everybody fits into this space. So if that's you, reach out. You know, let's have those conversations and let's make this happen.
For sure. So the Global Online Speed Networking event, the link already in the description below. Just click on it. Come and join us. Betty Ann will be there. Me and Peter will be there. And also we're putting Betty Ann's LinkedIn details for you into the description as well. So if you like what she's talking about and you enjoy her conversation, please reach out to this amazing person on LinkedIn and book a coffee. You just might learn something.
Definitely.
You probably will.
You will.
Yeah. Just make sure it's like a 3-hour coffee. You could take it. Talk. Guys, it's been amazing. Thanks for having coffee with us. And we will see you again next week. Same time, same place for more golden networking nuggets with Betty Ann Ellis. Thank you. Have fun. Bye.
Bye.